Have you ever heard of the Diderot effect? It's the law that one new purchase starts a spiral that leads to other new purchases. When we bought our flat screen TV, it was a big purchase and I thought that was it. It was going to improve our viewing experience. But then I realised slowly, over time, how disappointing the audio was. And eventually that's what led to another purchase. So this video is about the solution we found to disappointing TV audio. And I know I'm not alone with this because I've read loads of articles about how people can't hear their TVs. It won't cost you a fortune, but it will, I promise, make the dialogue in your favourite films and shows easier to hear. And stick around because as well as talking you through all the features, I'll also be showing you a side-by-side comparison of what audio on our TV sounded like before we had the soundbar and afterwards. This is the majority Bowfell Plus soundbar. It's got an RRP under £100 and there are often discounts on Amazon so you can get it for less. We paid just under £70 for ours, which I think is a bargain. We've had this one for 2 months and so we've had a really good chance to test it out with different streaming services like Netflix and Prime and Disney, along with movies, music and terrestrial TV. We've also worked out how to get around a relatively common problem which we came up against with the sound. And the one thing that I will say about this, I have said constantly for the last 2 months that we should have bought it sooner. So the problem with a lot of flat screen TVs is the location of their speakers. In order to get that really thin frame and the minimalistic design, the speakers are often on the back of the TV or are very thin ones hidden in the frame. And contrary to what I used to believe, you don't only need a soundbar if you want to listen to music or want big, bold sound effects on movies. You actually need one just in order to be able to hear dialogue properly. We wanted a budget solution, so I decided to try my luck with Majority. I'd already heard of them because they are a small British company based in Cambridge, although yes, of course, their products are made in China, but they make some of the best-selling sound equipment on Amazon and it comes with a 3-year warranty. The Bowfell Plus is their entry-level Bowfell soundbar packaged with a subwoofer speaker, which is the plus part of the name. You can also buy just the soundbar and that is the Bowfell package. The soundbar can be connected via Bluetooth, or if you've got an older TV like us that doesn't have Bluetooth, it can also be linked up via a range of cable options, most of which are included in the package. In the box you get the soundbar, subwoofer, remote, batteries for the remote, power cable, RCA cable and a 3.5mm audio cable. If you want an optical cable, which is kind of the premium audio option, you have to buy that separately, but they are easily available on Amazon and cost less than £10. To be honest, we've been so happy with the standard audio that we get from the 3.5mm audio cable, we haven't bothered to upgrade so far. On the back of the soundbar there are connections to plug in a USB stick, the power cable, optical in from the TV, and you also connect the subwoofer speaker here. And on the side there's a power button, volume controls and an aux input where you can connect your TV or an audio device. The remote allows you to tweak the sound settings for music, dialogue or movies, alter the treble, bass and volume. Even if you don't use Bluetooth to connect your TV to the soundbar, you can use that facility to connect your phone to the soundbar so that you can use it as a remote speaker and play music through it. And here's what kind of difference the soundbar makes. Now, due to copyright restrictions, I can't show you the volume difference on a TV show or movie, so instead you'll have to put up with me again, but in a slightly different form. So this is what the sound is like when you're listening to audio through our TV speakers, which is a pretty substandard experience and I think not great for watching TV or movies. And this is the TV audio now that I've changed the settings and you can hear me coming through the Bowfell soundbar with the subwoofer speaker. So as I said, we've used the Bowfell Plus across different streaming platforms and with terrestrial TV, and the only place where we encountered a problem was watching a movie on Netflix, where weirdly, and it was one movie, we couldn't get the volume high enough. But apparently we are not alone, because Netflix has a whole section on their website about what to do if their volume isn't loud enough. And that led me to tweaking our TV settings, which not only improved the Netflix audio, but actually improved all of the audio coming out through the soundbar. So the lesson learned is that if you buy this soundbar and for any reason you aren't happy with the audio, it is almost certainly down to the TV settings rather than the soundbar, and it's worth playing around with them. Second thing to mention is that this soundbar sits a tiny bit higher than the infrared receiver for the remote control on the TV. It's not so bad that the TV can't see the remote, but it does mean that we have to be a little bit deliberate about how we point the remote at the TV. If you're worried you might have the same problem and you think that could be a deal breaker for you, it's easy to check in advance of ordering if it will affect you. You just need to measure the height of the TV's legs and compare it to the height of the soundbar. One feature I really like about the soundbar setup is if you accidentally leave the soundbar on when you go to bed, it will automatically go into standby if the TV is off for 3 hours. So as you might have detected, we have been really happy with this soundbar. I think it's a brilliant price and it has transformed our listening experience. If you are on the fence about getting a soundbar, I promise you, you won't be disappointed with this. I'm actually considering buying a second one to use as a speaker with my computer in the office. So on this channel, I publish weekly reviews and guides to home appliances and their electricals, particularly for the UK. I really appreciate it if you can help me grow this channel by hitting the subscribe and the notifications. I'm on a little bit of a mission to hit 10,000 subs this year, and so every single one of those subscriptions really does help. Thanks for watching.